What's up guys, Multibunker here and welcome back to my Olympic experience. This is part 2 and I'm going to be going over the evening session on the first day at the Olympics that I had spent there and the second day, which was a Thursday. So if you've not already seen part 1, you are going to be absolutely clueless to what I'm on about. So go and click the annotation on the screen right now, or the link will be down in the description below and you can listen to that. It's around 40 minutes long, the video. It's quite a long video, but it's got quite a cool story to it, I suppose. And this video is going to be a bit of a cool story, bro. Video, but I don't care. I've done with FIFA, so I figured I have to do commentaries on something else rather than gameplay based, if you like. So yeah, as I said, there'd be the evening session and the next day. So straight into it with the evening session, I had tickets to the Orbit, as I mentioned in the last episode, which was the statue thingy. We actually went in a little bit early. We had tickets for 5:30. We went in about 5 o'clock. And we went up the Orbit, and it was just a lift journey up to the top, and it was so tall. I didn't realise how high up it was. It's taller than the London Eye, and it's like taller than the top of the O2 Arena as well. So it's really you get some really good views from up there. You can see into the Olympic Park. Into the Olympic Stadium, sorry. So apparently those people that were in the Orbit at the same time that Usain Bolt ran the 100 metres, they got like tickets for 50 quid to go up the Orbit, when it should have realistically, to see it, it'd have been like £1,000 inside the stadium. So they got some bargain there to see that. It wasn't an amazing view because you were quite far away and quite high up, but you could still see into the stadium, so you could see how busy it was and things like that. But the Orbit was amazing, and it was high, and you had to walk back down on the steps, and there was 400, oh god, I'm going to forget this number. There was 400 and odd stairs, and it was a long way down. It was tiring. Like, my legs were shaking when I got to the bottom. I don't know why, because like, I was walking all day, so I'd walked probably about 4 miles, and then the staircase down was just the killing bit, because stairs are horrible. So we stopped after that and had like a drinks break, and I'm trying to think what we did. We sort of waited around because we had like time to kill, because we wanted to wait till the evening, like at night when it was dark, so we could I could get pictures of the stadium when it was lit up with like the blue and red lights, the red, white and blue lights that it had on it, just because I wasn't going to be there ever again, so I thought I may as well get pictures there. So we sort of walked around the park once again and actually met up with one of my old schoolmates from primary school, which with nearly 500,000 people in that park, I managed to meet, on that day, I managed to meet someone that used to go to my school. But yeah, cool story. Where was I? I completely forgot where I was. Yeah, so we killed time, and we ended up being at one of the restaurant things, because like they had the McDonald's, which was like the only branded restaurant they had there really, and then they had just various like food eating places around everywhere. Like they had burger stalls, Cornish pasties, Taste of India, sandwich deli, salad bar, fish and chips. What else did they have? They had the wok shop, which was like noodles, and they had an Asian store, which was a different type. It was Thai curry rather than Indian curry. And then they had a Chinese and Japanese Korean thing, which is like rice and these strange bean things. And then they had just vegetarian stalls and whatever. So there was a lot to choose from to eat, and people didn't go hungry. It's safe to say that. And the queues weren't massive. So by this time, like, I queued up and I actually had a tikka masala from the Taste of India place, which was really nice. But yeah, it wasn't overly expensive. I expected it to be like, for that curry, I expected it to be around £20, but it ended up being £7.50, which I thought was pretty good. So it was like a full meal, like you got naan bread with it and whatever. And it wasn't just like a fast food snack; it was a proper meal in a box thing. So it wasn't overpriced at all. Like, it'd be the same price. It was £4 a pint, I think it was, which is like pretty much the same price you pay in a pub, really. So they could have charged a lot more. Like, they could have charged £8 a pint, because people would have had to pay it. There'd be nowhere else to go, and yeah, they wouldn't have thought of going anywhere else, because you've had to go out the park and you can't get back in it once you've gone out of it. So they did like a fair price for everyone, I suppose. But that was the end of day one. I ended up staying till around 11 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock in the Olympic Park, and then we left it about 9:15 to get onto the tube, which there was all the people that stayed for that day for the evening session in the athletics and all the evening games were then coming out by then. So Stratford Station was extremely clogged up, and we ended up like being on the tube, pressed up against everybody you could possibly think about. And luckily we had just like we were on in Rotherhithe. No, Canada Water was our was like the tube station we were staying near. And luckily that was like on the Jubilee line, which you could go one way would go to Stratford and the other way would go to Wembley, which is where we were going the next day. So the next day I just went on a tour of London on a London bus, which was really cool actually. It was and then on a boat. I may include some pictures in the background once again, like I said, just in case you're interested. But yeah, that's pretty much the day taken up right there. And then in the evening we were going to Wembley, and we got there later than expected. We wanted to get there for around 7 o'clock, 7:15, but we ended up getting there 3 minutes before the kickoff, purely because there was like the tube station. This tube station was relatively clear, but once you got onto Wembley Way, it was just so packed full of people because everybody seemed to get there at the same time. Nobody got there early, and apparently it was because they messed up some tickets, which apparently is not unheard of at Wembley. They duplicated some tickets, so some people had the same tickets as other people when they should have had different tickets. There was like a bit in the stadium where there was no people in it, and there was some people that had been turned away because they had duplicate tickets, so that's where they should have been, but they messed it up. So that was like why there was a bit of a delay. And yeah, we went to see the women's football final on the Thursday, which was Japan against USA, and there was so many. It was a record attendance for a women's football match. 80,203 people packed into Wembley. So it wasn't full, but it wasn't empty, which was awesome. And there was people from everywhere, like, because everybody just tried to get tickets to any final they could, or pretty much anything. So there was a lot of people from the UK there. There was we saw a lot of Japanese people. There was a lot of Americans there. They pretty much were the majority. There was quite a lot of Brazilian people there. There was people from Canada who had obviously won the bronze medal earlier in the day. Where else did I see? We saw some people from, like, there was some Spanish people, French people. There was people absolutely everywhere, and from absolutely everywhere as well. So that added to it a little bit, because it wasn't like everybody supporting one team, or it wasn't one-sided at all. Quite a lot of people were neutral or impartial, so it was just ended up being a better audience because everybody was cheering for anybody, if you like. And USA actually won that 2-1. And during the medal ceremony, I uploaded a video. You'll see it in the description or on the screen now. Sepp Blatter actually got booed when he presented the medals. Did the medal ceremony. Obviously, because in the UK he's not everybody's favourite person. So yeah, that was that match, and that was pretty much the end of my Olympic experience, really. Purely because that was the last event I had tickets to. Getting home wasn't too much of a problem. They managed the station well, and it took us about 20 minutes to get into like our tube station with the journey included. So it was really, really good the way they managed it, and it was nice to see at the end, right at the end of my Olympic experience. USA, like all the Americans were cheering because they just won the women's Olympic final, but Team GB, people started shouting Team GB afterwards, and they managed to outshout them easily. So that was like a nice ending, if you like, and that is the end of my Olympic experience. So thank you very much for watching, guys. My phone is ringing in the background. I've really got to go answer it. So thank you for watching. Likes, favourites, always appreciated. Love you guys. See you later.